action.
All right, so we are on page 58 now. We're on a new thing of fractions, a new lesson of fractions. And they did this first problem A for you in the book, but I'm going to go through it just so you guys know what's going on. So they say half of 1/4 pan of brownies equals blank pan of brownies. So we want to find how much is half of 1/4 of the pan. So I'm going to come over here. They already did this drawing for you, and I'm going to split it up into fourths. Okay. So now that I have it split up into fourths, my picture is not as good as the one in the book. I'm going to shade in 1/4 of the pan. So here I'm going to go shade, shade, shade. And then I'm going to label it. This is 1/4. 1/4 of the pan. So now they're saying half of that 1/4. So now I'm just going to split my pan, all the brownies in half. So now I have 1/2 here. And then they show in the picture that they double shaded it so you can make it a different color. I'm just going to shade it even better so you can see this. So now what they also showed is the math. So they did 1/2 times 1/4. And then we all know that that is 2 times 4 is
8.
8. So half of 1/4 of pan of brownies is 1/8 pan of brownies. Are we following?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to B. So we're going to do the same thing, just they're asking us a different fraction of the pan of brownies. So for B it says half of 1/3 pan of brownies equals blank pan of brownies. I feel like it's a tongue twister. They're trying to trick us. Okay, so I have 1 whole pan of brownies. We cooked them up in our classroom kitchen here. And we have the one whole pan of brownies. So I'm going to do the same thing, but just with a different fraction. I'm going to do 1/3. So I'm going to cut up in thirds, and I can just see all of you yelling at me, 2 lines, 2 lines. So
All of you.
I'm going to draw the 2 lines, which is splitting it up into 3 pieces, and I'm going to shade in 1/3. And we're going to do this. So I'm going to shade in 1/3, and I'm also going to label it 1/3. Okay? So then I'm going to, it's saying half of that 1/3. So I'm going to split all these pans of brownies into a half, just like we did before. And I'm going to shade in 1/2 of the 1/3. I'm going to pick this one. Now she's purple. And I'm going to say, well, this is 1/2. Oh, I should have let's stick with the purple. All right, so 1/2. And then I can do the math over here where I go 1/2 times 1/3 is 1/6, because 2 times 3 is 6. So 1/3, so half of 1/3 pan of brownies is 1/6. 1/6 pan of brownies. Okay, are we following? We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So C says 1/4 of 1/3 pan of brownies. So are we doing halves again? No way, we're not doing halves again. We're doing 1/4 of 1/3 pan of brownies. So we're gonna take we still have one whole brownie pan that we stuck in the oven in the kitchen classroom, and then we pulled it out. So I'm gonna draw that, and then I'm gonna break it up into thirds. No, I'm gonna break it up into fourths.
No thirds.
No thirds? Oh, we're breaking it into thirds, yes. Yes, thanks, Miss Putty. We're
It's
breaking it
because you
into
were-
thirds.
Too focused on baking in the oven.
Right. So we have a whole pan of brownies, and we broke it up into thirds. Now I'm going to shade in my 1 piece, my 1/3 of the brownies. And then now, am I cutting it in half?
No.
No way. We're cutting in fourths. And so I'm going to make cut it the opposite direction. And then I'm going to pick this one. And I'm going to shade 1 of the 4 in here. And this is 1/4. Okay? And so now we can show the math again. I'm going to do it down here. Sorry if you can't see me. That 1/4 times 1/3 equals 4 times 3 is 12. So 1/12.
Sorry, I'm
1/12 pan of brownies.
I can't help but answer.
It's good.
All right.